Veterans Day, so we're going to rise first for a moment of silence just to honor the veterans that are currently serving and the ones previously, and then we'll have the pledge. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Mr. Wagner has not made it on Zoom. Okay, so everyone else is present except for Mr.
Actually, Mr. Wagner is present.
Okay, then everyone is present. Going on, we did not have an exec session before this meeting, so moving on to approval of tonight's agenda with some corrections due to error. In the personnel section, the correct buildings for agenda item 9A1B should be to approve the transfer of, and I'm not going to try this person's name, from the English language development teacher at East Petersburg Elementary School to the English language development teacher at East Petersburg Elementary School and Landisville Primary Center, effective for the 2025-26 school year. Next one is, again, in personnel, it's 9A3A, approve the appointment of Laura A. Eddy as a volunteer basketball coach for the 25-26 school year.
I'm sorry, Mr. Donato, I'm sorry. Which one is this?
This is 9, I have it here as 9-3A.
That's marching band.
It's 3A.
Oh, but
Is
he-
she
it's
supposed to
fixed.
be
I
basketball?
think it's been actively fixed. Corrected, maybe?
I think if you say, it sits under 3A on the sheet, that'll help you.
Yeah. And the final one is to remove agenda item 3C.
Removing 3C?
Correct.
And what's the reason for that change?
Duplication of fee
I cannot,
to duplication of fee.
I'm assuming since it's a volunteer, he no longer wants to.
No, it was put on there by accident. He's a volunteer basketball coach, not a marching band director. That was put on in error.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone, so I'm,
All right, so you need a motion to amend the agenda? in
agenda, and
accordance-
then, yeah.
Okay,
approve it.
motion to amend the agenda in accordance with Mr. Donato's revisions.
Thank you. Need a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Maris. All those in favor? Mr. Wagner?
In favor. Good evening.
Okay, motion carries 9-0. Back up again. Next will be a motion to approve the minutes of the last regular board meeting held on
Mr.
October.
Donato, point of order?
Yes.
We still need to approve the agenda. The last motion was to amend the agenda.
Okay.
We now need to approve the agenda as amended.
Can I have a motion to approve the agenda now with the corrections?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
In favor.
Thank you. And that motion carries 9-0. And now we'll go on to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting, the last one held October 14th, the minutes of the Education Programs Policy Personnel and Legal Committee held October 16th, and the minutes of the Buildings and Grounds and Finance Committee meeting held October 28th. Motion to approve those minutes, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
In favor.
Thank you. Motion carries 9-0. And we'll go on to staff and student recognitions and student council. Dr. Busser?
So we don't have any student or staff recognition tonight, but we do have our esteemed student council here, so I'll turn it over to them.
Sure, so we just have a few updates tonight. So we had the variety show auditions last week, and those went well as always. It's really good to see the student body get out and display their talents. And this year we're really proud to have a lot of variety. And as always, you guys are invited to come out to that and see the student body do their thing. And the rehearsals for that are this week on the 18th and the 20th, or next week, sorry, on the 18th and the 20th. And with that, we have the food drive going on right now. That's a yearly thing that we do, and we're always really proud to give that out to the Hempfield Food Pantry and just bring the student body together with that. And so with that, I'll pass it over to Addie.
When is the variety show?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. So the food drive, we just want to say the collection is on November 20th, and then our variety show is November 21st, so that day before break, and our theme is decades.
And what time is that?
7
p.m.
o'clock.
Thank you.
That's all from us today. Yeah, thank you, guys. Any questions?
Thank you.
I just want to say, I volunteered to Food Bank, and I won't be on the board anymore after the collections are done, but it is appreciated. The last time I volunteered, I believe it wasn't this Monday, the previous Monday, and we had 4 or 5 new signups. With the economy going and the government's closed down, the food is very appreciated. So whatever you find, usually it's a few thousand pounds, it will be appreciated by the food bank. So thank you for doing that.
I just want to say thank you to the student council officers, present and past as well. You've done really good for the student body and for the school, and I appreciate your willingness to speak up and to be part of an auxiliary part of the board and to show up and tell us not only what you're doing, but when we ask you, you also give us an honest, frank opinion that's well thought of. And I'm going to be off the board soon. I just wanted to take this opportunity to tell you and your fellow officers and members of the Student Council, thank you very much. You are much appreciated.
And thank you for everything that you've done.
Anyone else?
Yes, thanks, guys. You've done a great job, and we like hearing from you every month.
So as always, you're more than welcome to stay, but I know you're hitting those books, so feel free to do as you see fit.
Going to move on to public comment. The board provides a time for public comment for residents and taxpayers to bring their thoughts to the board, but is not time for exchange between the board, administration, and speaker. We ask that speakers refrain from identifying specific students, staff, or community members by name. Residents and taxpayers who are interested in making public comments must complete the electronic registration form prior to 3 p.m. on the day of the meeting. And we have one resident request to address the board tonight.
The only resident this evening is James Trammell.
Hi. Hi, everybody. So I want to address everybody as a parent and a technology executive. So I spent about 10 years at Microsoft building things like Copilot you guys might use today, and I advise the United States government and national cybersecurity concerns, both DHS and CISA. But I'm also a parent of 3 boys in Hempfield School District. And so I look at technology with a very specific lens as a parent and a tech executive. What I wanted to ask you about was basically ending a new policy around no phones or better device policy use in schools to help our kids actually perform better academically in school. So there is a grant called the PCCD, School Safety and Mental Health Grant, that was available to Hempfield School District that we didn't apply for to get what are called phone lockers within the school itself. These phone lockers are used in the classroom itself that students can tuck in their personal devices and then focus on their academics within the classroom itself during that time, or at school when the first check's in. This has been implemented across the country in many different areas. I personally have family members and faculty in Virginia and Connecticut that have seen great improvement both in academia and student performance by not being distracted by devices and other attention-getting pieces. Their kids are happier, they're getting their work done better, and they're looking at their friends more within the school day and focusing on their academics. But there's a second challenge as well, and that's with the Hempfield School District's mobile device management policy or application that manages content within the school itself. So what that means is a way to kind of look at what's being produced on the iPads currently. And currently, right now, the administrators basically put all the burden on the teachers and the students to manage these devices, which is a little much. So kids these days are, not these days, but kids in general are still growing with their executive functioning skills, and even adults have challenges not picking up the device every few minutes. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys look at TikTok or Instagram every day, many, many times a day. It's even harder for kids. And there are ways to limit that with not only guarding the devices, but also on the iPads themselves. My son in school has a 504 plan and IEP. He spends about 4 hours a day on YouTube currently, which is a little much. It's a little too much to be put on him to basically manage himself or the teachers. It should be managed technologically. There's technology in place that you guys have to actually manage this, so that only academic content shows up within things like YouTube and Safari and things like that. So that's what I'd ask, is for you guys to look at that more closely, make a consistent bell-to-bell policy on both personal and in-school use devices. It's not just a technology problem, it's a policy gap. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to the superintendent's report, Dr. Busser.
So I will be speaking on the behalf of Mike tonight. The board has always supported us in attending our children's events, and that's where Mr. Bermirski is this evening. His daughter is playing in the state semifinal field hockey game. Otherwise, he would be here. I wish them good luck, and I hope he stays warm. It's a little chilly out there. A couple things just to bring to your attention. Last Thursday, November 6th, we've held our second community forum regarding the high school project. Mr. Bermirski, Dr. Brosman, Mr. Maris, and members of KCBA team walked the community through the needs of the high school and the project that we've been planning since July 2024. We want to thank our board members and staff who were able to attend. A full recording of the presentation will be posted to our district's website within a week or so. Also, on Wednesday and Thursday of this week, we will be hosting Junior Achievements STEM Summit for our 9th graders. Dr. Becker and her team have again this year done an outstanding job planning for this event, and we are extremely thankful to the numerous volunteers, some who are in this room as we sit here, who will be assisting us. We cannot host this event without the help of our volunteers, so a big thank you. Regarding the Centegix Crisis Alert System, our building administrators are training their staff this month. We've actually had a building training today, so we remain on target for our go live of Thanksgiving. Once building staff are trained in a specific building, the system is live. And again, for those of you that don't recall, or this is one of your first meetings, it's the badge system where we're able to alert safety needs by simply pressing a button. Two other points of note. On November 24th and 25th, we'll be holding our K-12 parent-teacher conferences. We've historically held K-6 conferences in October, but this year is the first year that we're expanding to include students in grades K through 12. Communication has already been sent to parents, guardians to sign up for conferences, so if someone hasn't signed up yet, there's still time to do so. And a final reminder, ed programs, policy, buildings and grounds, and finance committee meetings will all take place on Thursday, November 20th, beginning at 5 p.m. So mark that down in your calendars appropriately. Could be a longer evening. Other than that, the enrollment report and the calendar events are available for you in board docs.
Any questions? Okay, moving on to President's report. I just held a statement to read. Congratulations to our newly elected board members, and thank you for stepping up to serve our district and community. To our 4 new members and 5 returning ones, I offer this reminder. Your role is governance, not day-to-day operations. During my 8 years on the board, we occasionally blurred this line, and the results weren't always positive. Think of being a school board member like being passengers on an airplane. As board members, you buy the ticket. You decide the destination. That's governance. But you don't fuel the plane. You don't plan the route the plane's taking or fly it. That's operations. and it's the job of Mike and his team at Hempfield. They have the training, experience, and proven track record to run the district effectively and have done so. Just being a passenger doesn't make you a pilot. Attending school or having children in school doesn't make someone an expert on operating a school district. Even teachers and building level administrators see only part of the big picture. I learned that quickly during my time on the board. Your role is to maintain the 30,000-foot view. Ask questions, raise concerns, stay informed, and don't assume what you heard from others is accurate. Talk to Mike and his team. They are always open to listening and collaborating. That's governance. As we saw during the COVID reopening, public input was passionate and varied. One comment I strongly remembered claimed that wearing masks deprives you of 70% of your oxygen concentration. As a nurse, I can assure you that's not medically accurate. It's a reminder to seek facts and lean on expertise when making decisions. And sometimes you just can't fix stupid. To all 9 board members on the incoming board, good luck, stay focused on what's best for our students and community, and continue making us Hempfield proud. And we'll move on to the representative and adjunct reports. Lancaster Career Technology Center, Mr. Keener.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Joint Operating Committee met on October 23rd at the Willow Street campus. Delighted to share that one of our own, Cole Singer, received Student of the Month honors at Mount Joy. Mr. Singer is, I believe, a junior in the Introduction to Manufacturing program. Have a chance to chat with him and his family, and it was very nice to be able to share that moment with them. The other significant piece of news is effective yesterday, November 10th, Dr. Judy Brendel has come on board as the Director of Practical Nursing. Dr. Brendel has a very, very impressive resume in nursing administration at LGH Penn Medicine, at several other vocational technical schools. She is a phenomenal get for the CTC, and we are very much looking forward to seeing the good things that she does overseeing the practical nursing program. The next JOC meeting will be December 8th at Willow Street, at which point the JOC will be reorganizing.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay. IU 13, Mr. Maris.
We met on October 8th. Nothing noteworthy to present. Did want to ask Tab and Doug any new update on the state budget, and you know anything new about that? We talked about that a little bit. Okay.
I would love to expand our meeting time tonight and talk about the progress that has been made, but there has not been progress made.
Okay. That's all I have.
Thank you. Hempfield Rec Center, Mrs. Brady.
Yes, we met as an entire board along with the Strategic Planning Committee on October 22nd, where we reviewed, along with the architectural firm and feasibility studies groups, the design concepts and strategic plan. It kind of sounds familiar about what we're doing here, but we're working on that over at the Rec Center as well. Phasing of potential projects, long-term costs. Nothing is committed yet. More studies are needed in various areas, mostly around financing and feasibility, but some really exciting potential things coming over the next couple of years. This morning I attended a finance and facilities meeting there to work toward approving the annual budget for next year, and also part of that some facilities improvements. I will note that there currently is one and will be a total of 2 at-large board openings at the Hempfield Rec Center. If anyone in that service area is interested, they are looking for 2 at-large members. looking down here, good news, the parking lot repairs due to all the plumbing excavation work from later in the summer is all done now, so you should have more parking spaces again. Good news, again, the rec is ending their year in a very strong financial position, and lots of positive things to look forward to. Next full board meeting is November 19th at 5 o'clock.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, safety and security, Mr. Garland?
Mr. Musser already talked about the strategic stuff, so other than that, nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. PSBA, Mrs. Eshelman?
Grant, Mike Bromersky, and myself were able to attend the PSBA School Leadership Conference at the end of October. I was able to attend many sessions on many different topics. It's taking a lot of time to digest, everything from AI to supporting our students' mental health, to policy and governance through PSBA. I know Mike and I just accidentally attended the same one about leadership through effective communication, and we are both really interested in that topic. And as well as just things like the IU was represented really well and other local school districts, so it was neat to learn from not only people across the state, but also people locally. And then Grant and I were able to attend the PSBA Delegate Assembly. Not a lot new to report there. Many of their legislative priorities carried over from last year. Things like the state continue to make a financial investment in our public schools, cyber charter reform, continue to work on that and advocate for that, as well as money and support to prioritize our students' mental health and investment in safety and security at our schools. I don't know if Grant wants to add anything to that, but that part of it seemed very much to carry over and not a lot of changes were made.
No, thank you, Mrs. Eshelman. It was a great conference. I normally go to the school law workshop and spend the day sort of catching up on latest developments in school law as it impacts districts throughout the Commonwealth. I think the other overlooked benefit of events like that is a chance to really get to know your fellow board members, exchange ideas with colleagues from districts around the state, and also our various vendors. It's a chance to get to know them a little bit better. So I would hopefully like to see more board members come in the future. It is worthwhile. Kalahari, I mean, if that's your thing, I mean, I don't know if it is or not, but I mean, it's definitely is worth, what?
You tolerated it.
I tolerated it. But it definitely is worthwhile, and hopefully it's something that more board members can come to in the future.
Okay. Thank you. Moving on to standing committees, buildings and grounds, Mr. Barris.
Yes, we met recently, and we talked about bid results for the HVAC and electrical work at LPC. Mrs. James reviewed that. The vendors are Hernisan Electrical and a Fairfield Acquisition Company. The recommendations are on the agenda for voting this evening. Chris Kilmer from Fidavia gave us an update on the capital projects plan. Mr. Graham gave us an update on the CMS auditorium renovation update, and Mr. Bromersky led, along with KCBA, an update on the proposed high school project. The presentation is attached in board docs. In addition, I led the finance session. Mr. Wogelmuth was out of town. A bunch of contracts, which I believe are going to be on the agenda tonight, and that's about it.
Thank you. Took care of finance, so education and programs, Mrs. Johnston.
I'm going to take a few minutes to just express my thanks for this time on the board. It's been a growing experience for me, but it's also been very satisfying. Has it always been fun? No. Adam Aloisi and I used to tease each other about, did you have fun tonight? And some nights it was absolutely not. We are charged as board directors with a great responsibility to our students our community, and our staff. And I'm pleased to say that I think we've continued to manage to do that. We haven't always agreed on exactly how to go about it, but in the end, all of our focus was on providing a most excellent education for our students. That's our ultimate goal and responsibility. Everything else that happens is in support of that goal, to prepare our students for their future. I'm particularly proud of the fact, even though I was against it, that Doug and his staff basically have managed to expand the full-day kindergarten program. We have two classes in every elementary school now, and in the future, the new board is going to have the exciting challenge to figure out what next to expand that. I also appreciate that Doug and Tom decided to keep those special classes for our kids who need just that extra attention so they get off on a strong footing. I also want to say, the first time I spoke to the board years ago, and I'm a public speaker usually, my stomach was just really turning and turning. But I told the board at that time, my children have attended schools all around the world. We were a military family, and then we did overseas business. My daughter, by the time she had reached probably 5th or 6th grade, had been to 9 schools. I can confidently say, out of all the schools, Department of Defense, international schools, where else do we go? Department of Defense schools, both state and international schools, private schools, Montessori school, Navy preschool, Chinese school, German school. We are so blessed with Hempfield School District. I know we get a lot of flack about different things at different times, but I've got to tell you, in my experience, Hempfield School District does a really good job. My oldest is 40-something. I can never remember how old they are. And my youngest, 2 have been out of school about four years now, I think. They're all successfully employed. They're doing well. And we contribute that not just to their international experience, but to their experience right here in this community who supports the schools. Do we have to pay taxes? Yeah. Do we have to do this or that that we don't like? Do you like it when you get that phone call and I'm so glad they changed the absence process. I get those phone calls and it'd be like, your child has missed school, you need to call it. And anyway, I'm proud of the Wit and Wisdom. It was something that the teachers really put a lot of hard work in, and also Jason did as well, as the elementary curriculum coordinator. I fully supported that, and you know why? Because I did it when I taught homeschool, and it was a very successful program. I look forward to seeing the statistics that keep us solid where we are now, and actually improvements as well. There are other things that we have done. I mentioned the full-day kindergarten, Wit and Wisdom, but just basically, and Jason spent tons of time along with his teachers to do the curriculum review, to pilot that program, hours and hours of extra work. I commend you for your care and dedication for that. Kathy, the middle school and high school curriculum coordinator. I don't know how that woman gets the things done that she gets done. Middle school is a time of discovery and also laying the basis for core courses that the students will have in their high school years. High school isn't just the core courses, it's also a time of exploration. What do I want to do next? She also spends a lot of time, along with input from the principals, what courses to offer, how to reorganize them. And at our next meeting, the last meeting that I will be here for, How do we rename these courses? How do we dovetail them to the best advantage of our students? Not what the teachers want, although that's important, not specifically what the parents might want. I'm thinking of the theater arts, which amazingly is still going strong, even though it's a different name and it's combined with the music department. They work hard to provide us with excellent education. I do not take that for granted, not at all. If you've seen some of the schools that I've seen, you would think you're lucky stars you're here. I commend the principals. They run a good school. It's not easy to run staff who has their own opinions about what they think should happen, and kids who won't wear the coats when they go outside. So, well, we've already had that discussion. There's a lot of work that goes in to being part of the school board. Congratulations to the ones who have been elected. Your charge is to continue to provide the best possible circumstances and to leverage our resources to provide the absolute best education we can for all of our students, K through 12. And I look forward to seeing how you do that and how you continue along this road of excellent education. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to policy, personnel, and legal, Mr. Keener.
Thank you, Mr. Donato. The Policy, Personnel, and Legal Committee also met on October 16th. You will see in other action items, several policies were advanced for second reading consideration, and they are listed on the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Keener. Moving on to our action items, personnel action items. I need a motion to approve personnel action items 9, 1 through 11 as we amended at the beginning of the meeting.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Maris. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Garber. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor?
In favor?
Thank you. Motion carries 9-0. Next is to approve the amended capital projects, which I believe for this is adding the water heater replacement at East Petersburg for the summer, which we discussed during buildings and grounds for. So need a motion to approve the change with the project to do that.
Motion.
Thank you, Mrs. Brady.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wagamuth. Any discussion? Yes.
Am I correct that this is not at this point obligating the district to any of these expenditures? This is simply saying this is the plan. The individual items will still return for individual consideration.
Yes, this is approving phase 2, so we can go out to bid. Any bid requests or any bid results will come back. All contracts will be approved by the board, just like phase 1.
Thank you, Mrs. Hall.
Yep.
Okay. Any other discussion?
I just want to say I appreciate that phase 1 is on there too, because it's a really nice way to show the progress that's being made and that we're continuing through each phase in this manner. So thank you for that.
Anyone else? All those in favor?
In favor?
Thank you. Motion carries 9-0. Next is to approve financial items 11B through G, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Maris. Second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Wagner. Questions? Okay. All those in favor?
In favor?
Thank you. Motion carries 9-0. Other action items. Approval of other action items 12B through H. And in F in there, when we had the education programs meeting, Dr. Goodrich had presented a special course edition for kids coming into believe it was ninth grade. It could be more, but initially for kids that have IEPs and things in ninth grade beginning next year. So that's part of this. So need a motion to approve all those, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Garber. Any other discussion?
I was just going to mention there was an update in board news regarding the curriculum for special education on that subscription fee that I asked about, and so that is available to the board. And I don't believe it's on this report, but just know there is that subscription fee, and that is an annual fee starting with the beginning of the program, and it drops a little bit, I believe, to $2,700 a year after that, approximately. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, all those in favor?
In favor.
Thank you. Motion carries 9-0. And before I go to adjournment, I was going to carry this on, but Mr. Wagamuth, you're going to have to remember, about 2 years ago when we started discussing the high school project, I asked you jokingly if you won the Powerball or the Mega Millions for $3 billion, would you pay for a new high school? And you said jokingly you would. Well, I'm just checking. I mean, it does require the Powerball Mega Millions to get to $3 billion, which is it's getting closer. I think I saw the day that Mega Millions is over $1 billion. So if we get that far, the new board
Still stands.
still stands? Okay, I won't have any more discussion then. So it still stands. You can just pay for the renovation part with it.
Mrs. Rhodes, is that reflective in the minutes? We have a
Yes,
record of that?
yeah, it'll be on the official minutes now. That requires it to get that far. You have to play, and you have to be the lucky one, the 1 out of 3 billion chance to win when it happens. Okay, with that, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
In favor.
Thank you. Meeting's adjourned. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
We're actually close to a budget.
What's that?